Why do physicians need training in documentation for clarity? Charting is an important part of our work, and in general, physicians are poor writers. This is something I heard over and over from people outside the medical industry. As I learned and grew from writing my handbook, I started to agree. Most of us are mediocre writers at best, despite our years of schooling, and thus our written communication is poor. I believe this comes from the fact that our industry does not give us a safe opportunity for feedback or even just reminders of how to write effectively, so most physicians stray off course. Whether we want to hear it or not, we as providers do not get this important feedback. Like a muscle, if you don't use it, you lose it. How did I begin my journey that led me to my handbook? It's an interesting story that actually started on vacation on a tropical island. You really can't make this stuff up. Jet-lagged by several time zones, physically tired, and having difficulty sleeping, I realized that aside from formats like soap notes, no one had ever taught me how to chart. It was something that I picked up along the way pretty much haphazardly. But charting is actually a professional work skill. It's a professional work skill for which we had no formalized guidance, and we didn't pick up the other work skills haphazardly. At first, my focus was medical legal. How do I minimize the chance of someone else winning a lawsuit against me, and what aspects of a medical chart make it more legally defensible? I didn't know, and realized that no one had taught me. The thought of medical legal threats are probably hovering in the minds of most physicians, so to pin down what the important aspects are would probably be something important. I pondered this for the entire trip. The idea would not let me go, and when I got home, I started doing some research. To begin with, I asked my colleagues. As I asked my colleagues, none of them had formal training in this either. As I gathered my research materials and began to organize them, I found myself researching how to write clearly, not just for medical legal reasons, but for clinical communication to another physician who will take care of the patient in the future. I'm sure that many of us have had the experience of reading a colleague's chart and having no idea what actually happened. When you read the chart again, you realize that it's not just the EMR's poor formatting, it's the writing itself. Rereading over and over to parse the details of what happened is a waste of time and energy, and we all know that those are valuable commodities. As I delved further, clear communication and medical legal defensibility came closer and closer together. The result was my Handbook of Medical Charting. It covers concepts and tools to improve written clinical communication and maximize a chart's medical legal defensibility. If you're interested in learning more, check out my book on Amazon.com and my YouTube videos that give free samples of the material.